My name is Otter. I'm a senior at Science Leadership Academy. Veronica Nocella and I are both slam poets, and in 2015 we were on final stage for this really huge poetry competition held in Atlanta, and it was called Brave New Voices. And on final stage, one of our poems was a letter to our future white son, and it was a poem basically addressing all of the privileges that come with being white, cis, straight man. It was interpreted pretty well at BNV, but when Youth Speaks, which is the YouTube channel associated with Brave New Voices, posted it on YouTube, it wasn't received very well. It started picking up steam really quickly. I think now it probably has over like 150,000 views, but it also had a lot of dislikes. Then the parody video started, and then the criticism videos started, if you can call them criticism. One of the first ones was by a YouTuber called Top Hats and Champagne, which should give you a clue there.
Cheers, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Top Hats!
And he talked for, I think, almost like 20 minutes about our poem and about how racist it was. And he basically went from line to line and cut apart exactly how badly written it was or how offensive it was. He made a lot of really triggering jokes alluding to abuse and to race. It was really not shocking, but at least a little bit of a jolt to know that someone had really spent all of that time looking at our poem and picking it apart word for word. He also went forward to like criticize our appearances, especially mine because I'm trans. He talked a lot about our voices. He made fun of our poetry. He created verbal and physical threats against our safety. He told us that we were going to like have our heads crushed, and he was gonna like hit us with like a rifle butt to the face and stuff like that.
Nothing a good rifle butt to the face can't fix.
But then as time went on, there were a lot of other ones that kind of went off of that one, I'm assuming. Another really popular one was made by a YouTuber named Leafy, and it had a couple million views because he's really popular on YouTube. He did a similar thing to what the other YouTubers have been doing.
Like, I would call you all sociopaths, but that would be a compliment because you guys are worse than the devil.
Outside of that, there were also the comments. It was shared on Reddit, Facebook, Twitter. Obviously the YouTube comments were there. They pretty much like tore us to shreds. It was pretty merciless. Because I'm trans, I got a lot of different comments than Ronnie got. Even though she was like the subject of a lot of like verbal abuse, I think that there were a lot more slurs directed my way, and a lot more comments about my body, and a lot more interrogation about my voice, and what I had chosen to wear on stage. It was intimidating at first because the people making these videos are adults. They're adults with a lot of privilege and power, especially within social media. So it was scary to think that my reputation as a poet and my reputation as a person had been completely like tarnished online, and I wouldn't be able to post anything else without people being like, oh, you're Otter, oh, from that video. I engaged in a very like self-destructive behavior where I like kind of went through all of it, and I would like comb through all of the comment sections, and I've learned to stop doing that because it doesn't do anything for me. It just does something for them, and if I'm angry that they're doing this to me, then why would I help them by paying attention to them? So I think my advice would be isolate yourself from whatever is being said about you any way you can.